Welcome to Quick Shots, a short format traditional archery podcast, where we introduce you to some of the world's most influential traditional archers, and occasionally, some random dudes. Help keep this content ad-free by supporting us on patreon.com/archerygeek. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, archerypass.com, for all your traditional archery needs. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Quick Shots. I'm your host, Mick Chambers, and we're here with Olivia Artz. How you doing, Olivia?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to see you. I've been, I think you first came on my radar, just a little bit before Lancaster this year. And so you were doing a bunch of stuff and you're posting on Instagram and you're active on Instagram a little bit. I love that, by the way. I think more archers should do that. I think we should all kind of be like, get out there, get people, promote the sport as much as you possibly can. So and you do a great job. But I want to hear about you. This is our first time meeting. So, and I think it's probably the first time for a lot of viewers. So why don't you tell us about your, who you are and what your background in archery is?
Yeah, for sure. First off, thanks for having me on. I'm very excited. Like I said, I love the show. So, my name's Olivia. I'm 19 years old. I'm turning 20 in a few weeks. I've been doing archery for almost 10 years, all of that barebow. I love it, love it, love it. I'm just finished my sophomore year of college. I'm a nursing student at St. Xavier University here in Chicago. So I got a little bit going on in a lot of different areas of my life, but archery has been really consistent. Like I said, I've been doing it for 10 years and started in the JOAD program and kind of worked my way through tournaments and really just gained a real passion for barebow and traditional archery, and really think that everyone should at least give it a chance and give everyone a little bit more credit. I love it.
Yeah, but barebow people more credit for
Yes.
how hard it is and how difficult it is. And so all right, so you got into through the JOAD program, but give me more detail. Like, did a friend tell you to join, or did you just how did it go? How did you start?
Right. So, like I said, I live in Chicago, and it's not really, if you've been here, it's not really great archery population, at least in the city. So, when I was 10, I read The Hunger Games, and like a lot of kids, I guess I just loved the story. I can't really remember what it was about it, but I told my parents, like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to try this out. And my mom, like, where are we going to find an archery place in the middle of Chicago? But she found one. I went to Forest Park Archery. Jim and Terry there are big barebow guys, and really just started me off, the traditional wooden bow, and kind of showed me the ropes, taught me the basics. I stayed there for a few months, and then Jim there told me about a JOAD program locally. Joined that, and been here ever since. So really I have the Hunger Games to thank. As unconventional as it may seem, I guess that book really had a big impact on me.
No, that's a good way to get into it. We're thankful for Katniss Everdeen. I mean, for the trad community, for sure. And the first movie, she was shooting the bow pretty good. Second and third, I don't know what happened. The form fell apart or something.
No.
Like that.
Yeah, she lost a little bit of it, but that's okay. That's okay. Still kept the spirit.
Still awesome. Still awesome. What do they say in Hunger Games? What's the
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Always be in your favor. That's right. So you take that spirit and you take that energy and you go out to tournaments, and You're actually a tournament archer, right? So
I am, yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your history of shooting in tournaments and your successes.
Yeah, for sure. I started out going to a lot of local indoor shoots, and started to get more into outdoor when I got kind of my feet wet with competitive shooting. And I've always, like I said, love barebow archery, love it all together. I've always had a special place in my heart for outdoor. I don't know why. It's just like kind of improbability of being able to hit a target with like no sights, no stabilizers, with the wind going crazy, kind of just like hoping for the best. And I don't know, I just love it. So when I really started getting into shooting 50 meters, that's kind of where I just love being. Indoor has always been definitely more of a mental game for me. I don't know if it's just the close distance or just the kind of feeling like I am
Really?
indoors and a little bit closer to target. I don't know what it is about it, but definitely had to improve my mental game over the years doing that. And then recently, within the past 3-4 years, my coach Jason Westbrook, which amazing guy. If anyone knows him, he's just the best. Big proponent of barebow archery, great field shooter, really decorated, and he got me into shooting field, and so that has been another just addition to what I love to do. And again, it's kind of like the likelihood of hitting the target at these crazy hills, crazy distances that kind
Yeah.
of just makes it fun, I think.
Where have you been shooting lately?
I've been, staying local. Chicago Bow Hunters is where I shoot. That's
Okay.
my local club. And so I've been to, in this past year, like Lancaster. I did indoor nationals in Mason, Michigan. I went to North Carolina a few years ago for like outdoor JOAD nationals, kind of those probably shoots that more people would know instead of like the pin shoots at my
Yeah.
club. But yeah, I've kind of been all over the place, which has been really nice.
That is good that you got out. And success? Have you had any success in any tournaments?
Yeah. JOAD, I've been really lucky. I've had a few wins at the outdoor nationals, which is always fun. And then indoor, struggle a little bit more, but still love it. And field, I've been lucky as well. But yeah, like I said, outdoor is just my favorite.
Yeah, you're always in the mix, right? You're always in the mix. You're doing so you do really well. And that's a testament to your coach and that. So what do you so you're shooting barebow.
Mhm.
What type of equipment are you shooting with?
I got a Spigarelli riser,
Yeah.
Uka limbs, custom string by my coach Jason Westbrook. I'm very lucky that he makes my strings because those things last forever.
Yeah.
Looking at my bow right now, I got the biter plunger, spig rest, Jaeger grip, and yeah, that's about it. I don't really have any additional
Which
weights.
yeah, which Jaeger grip do you have? Well, like what are you
I
shooting? Are you shooting like a high grip? Do you shoot high or low wrist?
No, it's not like super crazy. Let's pull it in. It's that.
Oh yeah.
It's Yeah, I got it at Cincinnati NFA Indoor Nationals 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, it's not super high at all. It's
No.
really like that perfect sweet spot. The one that came with the Spig riser is wooden and kind of sits low. So this one sits just a little bit higher. It's not the perfect fit, so we have some tape in there kind of to cushion it a little bit. But I also like the rubber, which is nice when it's hot outside.
Yeah, it's good
And
for
your hands get a little sweaty.
yeah, not only that, but you're competing at some of the highest level of archery. So it's nerve-wracking, you get a
Oh,
little
terrifying.
terrifying. Is it really?
In a good way. In a good
No,
way.
but after 10 years, is that true? Is it still terrifying for you?
It is. I get the fast heart rate and kind of got to take those few deep breaths. Archery through the years has become kind of like a meditation for me in itself. So like I said, it's been constant for 10 years, so I've got to find some solace in it at some point. But no, it is. I love tournaments. I really do. I love how many people are there. And like I said, shooting for barebow so long, especially the JOAD side of it, I've
Yeah,
seen the division grow, especially in JOAD women. Laura Hughes has been kind of like my consistent gal throughout it all, and so we've
nice.
definitely seen the division grow, and that's been really great to see. But those nerve-wracking moments don't go away, especially in shoot offs and things like that. But it's always fun.
For 19, you were a veteran of barebow, being in it this long. Seriously, I mean, you get some of these other people. It's these other ladies. There's some that have been there for a while. Laura, Fawn, but you get Christina and you get Chrissy. 2-3 years or something like that, or 4
Right.
years, right? And so you've been hammering away. So that's awesome. And I thought personally, okay, because when I'm on the line shooting, even like locally, I get nervous. I thought, yeah,
Definitely.
I'm a wimp, and I got to get hardened, like a veteran of like 10 years. And now you're telling me it doesn't go away? That's killing me. That is killing me.
I know, I
Olivia.
know. I know. I thought the same thing. I would see these older shooters, my coaches, they've been doing this for longer than I've been alive, and they're still like, taking deep breaths, taking those moments on the line. But I've always been a big proponent of the fact, like, if you're not nervous, then that's when you should start to get worried a little bit.
Really?
That kind of shows that you're losing a little bit of that excitement. I think the nerves are a big part of it. And I think trying to shove down the nerves and trying to push it away, that makes it worse. And so, like, kind of accepting the fact that you could be nervous, but still trust your shot process at the same time, has been a really big game changer for me.
That is so wise. I mean, I can't even believe that. I mean, that is so. I'm thinking as you're saying that, I'm like, do I do that? Or do I try and push it down? Or do I just accept it? I'm just like, no, I think I try and push it away because it's painful. It's
It
painful.
is. It is scary. Fast heart rates are not, a fun thing to experience when you're trying to do one of like the most keep steady while you're holding a weapon.
Yeah.
Not one of those things that you want to feel. But kind of just accepting, like, okay, this is what I'm feeling, taking a breath. You have plenty of time on the line. We're not like those compound shooters that hold
Yeah.
for decades at a time.
Yeah.
We got time to kill.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, you can actually yeah, most of us need to slow down anyway. So
Oh, I know I do.
do
I
you
definitely
seriously?
I do.
Okay, well, so if there was one thing you could change with your game, what would that be?
I definitely struggled with target panic for a long time,
Yeah.
which was a very strange thing to experience. For anyone that's been through it, I'm sure you've had experiences too, where it's just like it's all in your head. It really is. And holding drills and letting down drills have really gotten me through that. And I still get, even at the last field nationals that I was at, had those moments where I needed to ask Laura to, count for me for 10 seconds to make sure that I was actually holding the full time. So I guess that would be the one thing that I still, it comes up every now and then, but again, it's just learning to push through it and, work with it.
So that's interesting you say 10 seconds.
Mhm.
So do you hold for 10 seconds when you get the full draw?
I do. It's a trick my coach Jason taught me. He When it was really, really bad target panic, I would barely get to my anchor. It was like touch go, touch go.
Yeah.
And so we went from like, okay, I'm gonna count for you. I'm count 1, 2, 3, then you let go. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you let go. So it's less about the amount of time that you actually hold, but it's more about having the self-control to not
Mhm.
let go when your brain is kind of telling you or tricking you into,
Go,
oh,
go, go, go,
you're
go. Yeah.
exactly. And so holding for 10 seconds, although it seems kind of crazy, is just like it's a good way that I've learned to like reset myself, and especially in tournaments where I get
Mhm.
a little bit more nervous.
Yeah.
Say, okay, if I could have the self-control to hold for these 10 seconds, then I could have the control to shoot the shot the way I know how to.
Yeah, so right now, yeah, you're preaching to the choir. So right now, I am looking at the back of the riser during draw. So I just
Yeah.
look at the back of my riser, then I come to full draw, then I can take a look at the target,
Yeah.
then I can start to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tough. It's tough. And
It's tough. It is. It's not fun. It is. I mean, even in the, you know, nerve-wracking moments of archery, that there's still fun in that. But target panic, there is no fun. There is no fun to be found in it.
why do we do this? Why do you do this?
I
Why are
know
we doing this? It's so hard.
it is. We make it
So
difficult on
hard.
ourselves, I think. I remember I was at Joed Nationals one year. I think it was 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. And there were heat delays being in North Carolina, of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
And it was a group of our JOAD kind of the juniors and cadets barebows, and we were just sitting in a circle waiting out the time, and we were just talking about our target panic, like, oh, how do you like what's your like trigger almost, and it was like the most reaffirming thing that all of us had kind of some form of it, but we were all like, we were there, we were working through it, and we were doing great, and it was a really reassuring moment that it's something that a lot of even kids go through, and but we all have our ways to work through it.
Yeah, no, that's here's another hidden secret of why you should go to tournaments.
Yeah.
And it is scary. Like I'll be honest with you, even when I'm thinking about, okay, well, I'm going to go do a local 3D course, like, oh, I'd rather just go shoot in the backyard. I don't want to go through all that stress,
Yeah.
but you got to go. And I know that sounds wimpy. So, but and because how many tournaments have you shot in your life?
Oh,
like,
God.
yes, round number.
Oh, I mean, let's just keep it to like 3 or 4 big ones a year since I was like 12.
Oh my God.
And then not even counting local tournaments. And so that's
over
quite
50, over 30, something like that.
Probably close to like 80 tournaments.
Wow.
I would say total.
See how brave you are? Like, no, seriously, I'm not even kidding with you right now. I'm just saying to you, like, get dressed, get your bow, go to a tournament. And in that constant, and you're telling me you're constantly getting a little pressure, and you're not pushing it down, but it's helping you to be better. Just the heart of a champion. I love that. I love that.
Doesn't always.
That ain't me.
Doesn't always work out.
No,
always out of my favor. Sometimes you got those tournaments and you're just like, I never want to shoot a tournament again. But it's those that kind of make you want to go. At least for me, I kind of want to like go back and do better and learn from it and grow. And I mean, I know a lot of people, my coach included, that don't go to tournaments on a regular basis and just like keep the practice consistent. And that's I love that part of archery too, kind of just be by yourself, do it because you love it. And you should always be doing it because you love it. But I also think it's really fun to push yourself if you're, push yourself out of that comfort zone.
Hey, we have a famous person in Canada named Don Cherry, and he does the commentary for hockey in between periods for the Toronto Maple Leafs and other games too. But he's not there anymore. But anyway, he used to say, this is his comment, and he's an old school dude, but he would say, it doesn't take a tough guy to win a fight. It takes a tough guy to get into a fight. And so I just relate that to what you said. I know it's kind of weird. It's a little bit of a stretch, but that's tough. That is rock hard. Like 80 tournaments or so tournaments, but you're still feeling that stress, that strain. So there's no excuse for anyone to not go out and do this. So now I'm shamed into going into tournament. I'm gonna have to go to more tournaments now.
They're a lot of fun. You got to come out.
I know I do. Okay. So if you could offer anyone one piece of advice, to get better at archery, what would it be?
I think it always goes back to why you're doing the sport. And, I think always at the heart of that should be because you love it. I think if you're again practicing for tournaments, you got to keep consistent to a schedule, like anything, like working out, like studying. You have to be consistent with it. And some of those days you don't want to go to the range, you don't want to show up for the tournament, just take a pass on it. But I think even in those days, what should be driving you is that you feel like a kind of peace, a kind of love when you're at full draw. And nothing else can really replace that. I mean, I know that's what keeps me coming back 10 years later. But there's not much else that can make me just as peaceful and as happy as coming back to full draw, kind of getting into that rhythm, getting into that flow, shooting a good shot and seeing it, even if it doesn't go into the middle, knowing that I shot a good shot.
Yeah.
Feeling that mentally is what should keep you coming back, instead of if you want to win a certain tournament and, beat a certain score, beat a certain person, any of that stuff is fun and, fun for a little while, but all that goes away. So what should keep you going is why you love it.
Hey, what are your friends at? What are your college, what are college peers? What do they think about you being this amazing archer? Do they know? Are they part of this experience or?
A little bit. A lot of my friends, one of my bestest friends in the whole world, I met through archery, and so she gets it. She's also in college. Emma, if you're watching this, hi. She's also in college, so she understands, kind of the tournament aspect and all of that. But the friends I've made in the nursing program at my school now, I mean, it's not one of like the first icebreaker things, you kind of mention is like, hi, I do archery. But when it comes out in conversation, it's like that pause of like, well, like it's not a sport you usually hear. It's like not soccer, not swimming, not not any of that. It's like like the bow and arrow thing. And yeah, I've been doing it for a little while. And then you start following people on Instagram that you meet in real life, and they're like, oh, like you do it. And yes.
Yeah, you don't play it. You don't play at it. Yeah, that's right. That is funny.
Yeah, it's always like, are you Katniss? Are you Hawkeye? Are you any of that?
Yeah. That's funny. But just at your age, it's a bit of a, it is a bit of a strange sport to just say, anyone can go up to someone in college and go, yeah, I play soccer. I'm on the varsity team in high school. I'm hoping to make it here in college, I'm trying out or whatever. Right. But archery, not so much. And then I think sometimes it's like you said, it's not the first thing that comes out of your mouth. And when you're meeting someone and one of the reasons is probably, there's a perception around archery too, right? There's this sort of negative perception. If people don't actually watch like the Olympics, for example, that's a very clean type of archery, or they think that you're a compound bow shooter and you're a hunter all of a sudden now. And you're like, wait a second, I'm from Chicago. I'm in the middle of, I don't hunt anything in the middle of Chicago suburbs. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's funny seeing people's perceptions kind of written on their face right when you say like, I do archery. And so I start off by saying I do competitive archery, and then kind of start to explain a little bit more. But the people that like remain constant in my life, it's a big part of my life, obviously. So I love talking about it, and probably to the point where they're like, okay, we get it. But like my boss is at work, if I have to go to a tournament, I explain to them, this is what I'm doing. And my boss at school, I work at my school's writing center, and she loves it, always asks about it, and just thinks it's, the most interesting thing. And I love talking about it. And my friends at school now, kind of understand a little bit more about the things I do, the tournaments I go to, and, they ask and think it's like another sport, which is what you want to see from your friends, instead of thinking it's like this oddball, like weird niche thing. It's like, no, like this is something that you do, this is something you love and you work for it. So it is definitely fun trying to see what people's first impressions are. But it's always about like, it's okay. Like this is, there's a lot of different parts of archery, a lot of parts that you could get involved in.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You just want to make sure that they kind of understand what your passion is. Right. You definitely have a passion for archery. It's been there for a while.
Right. Yeah.
Strange kind of growing up in Chicago. But I mean, we get a lot of good archers coming out of Chicago, hopefully.
Yeah. Looks that way.
It does look that way. All right. So how do people get hold of you if they want to talk to you?
A great way to reach me is through Instagram. It's just my name, Olivia Artz. And you can send me messages there. I talk a lot about archery on there, and school and my life. So, it's not a professional account by any means, but there I am.
Yeah, with a Z or a Z, as you say here.
Yes.
Not with an S on the end of that. Okay. Thank you very much. Hey, for joining. There's I've been trying to get you on, and I know that you're working, which is awesome, and you're going to school, and you're like this perfect person. You're a great
I wish.
archer. You're a great archer. I love that. Thank you very much for making time though and being on the show. I really do
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
very much for having me. I love the show, like I said. So, love talking to you. Hopefully, get to see you sometime at a tournament.
I'm gonna be way over there. Like I'm not getting next to anyone, and none of you good people. I don't want any of this. I I do not want to accidentally hit one of your targets while I'm shooting and screw you.
Oh, I've done it. I think I've accidentally hit Fawn's target, a few times at a tournament. It's been fun.
Are you serious? No, you're kidding. Seriously?
No, I shot right next to her at Lancaster this past year, and well, she saw me definitely miss. But I hope it didn't hit her target, but she's seen those moments, but she's great. Love her.
Yeah, I love her too. She's so great and great ambassador. And so are you. You're awesome. I was following you all the way through the Lancaster tournament. I was watching the videos, the shoot downs and all that stuff. And it was kind of like, oh no, shoot, what's going on?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was probably, like I said, tournaments, love them. That was probably the best run shoot I've ever been to. Most like the energy was just amazing, and I was happy to even get it to the top 8, let alone that round with Fawn. And if I had to be knocked out, I would have. Who would I love to be knocked out more by Fawn? It was so fun. I learned a lot, and I really can't wait to go back next year.
I wish you everything, all the luck in the world. And we need more nurses, and you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, thank you for taking that on. And good luck in that. Good luck in that career.
Thank you.
Nurses are like, that's another thing I would never be able to do. I'm sorry, we're going on a little bit after
No.
but I'm just saying, nursing is so friggin' hard. And whoever's a nurse out there right now, thumbs up. Always a big supporter of you. Always. It is so much shit going on right now. So excuse my language. That, we need the nurses, and we need that caring and that comfort. There's so many good nurses out there, and selfless, I would say. And you're going
Definitely.
to school. You're paying money to go to school to be selfless in your career.
I love it. It's a hard program. I just finished the first semester, and if any of my nursing friends are watching this, we went through it this year. But I love it. I love the science side of it. I love the compassion and the people side of it. And I can't picture myself in another profession, with other people that have also, given a lot, especially in the past few years, given up family time, given up their own personal safety. I cannot wait to work with those people one day. So I'm looking forward to it.
I know, they're so good. They're so awesome.
Amazing.
Right. Big shout out to all the nurses. Love you guys all. Anyone that's watching, just thanks for all you do. All right. That's it for today. And we'll talk to you later. Hunt the good stuff, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Yes. Thank you.